Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen wal aqibatu lil muttaqin was salatu was salam ala khairil mursalin Muhammadin wa alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Birahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Dear my respectful viewer of Iman Islamic TV, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Amma ba'd, I wanted to talk about my program, which is new today that you see it. It is the name changed. Before the name was God Invisible Creation. And now it is, you can see it, my program would be by the beliefs in believer, and also by the Farsi name Iman wa Mu'min. I have to also explain why I put them Iman wa Mu'min, because the reason of this name which I put it, first of all, my second name is Mu'min, because I had a publication about 25 or 20 years ago by the name of Mu'min, which was circulated all the businesses in the California Bay Area, if you remember some of you. However, the Mu'min, this is the one, and the also name is the one who has beliefs in all the creation, or the Almighty, or the results, or the day of Akhirat, and those are become, when they believe, it means that they accepted, that submissions, these are called the Iman. So the one also as do it, that one that is by action, is called Mu'minin or Mu'min. So Iman wa Mu'min, again Iman, that has to accept, that has to believe, and the believing is by itself is to those things that is in by the hukum, by the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to accept it. The person is, the gender name is Mu'min or Mu'minin. Iman as just as understanding and accepting. However, my program was last 2 weeks. I was talking about the human being, because before was my creation. My program was about the God invisible creation. Then I put a new, as you see, the new studio and new style. At the same time, the new names for my program would be, for inshallah, for a while, until I'm able to talk or bring some information to you guys. But at the same time, my program is today about the not invisible, but it is for visible creation, which is, I'm starting about the human being, which is I am, or any other you, or everybody, who we are, what is that a human being, why is, how they created, what is the creation of that first, about these things. So that's what I am talking today about this. And at the same time, I gave some information in last 2 weeks about the human being, and generally, just as an upper hand, that is what's going on, or story wise, what the God create insan, what was the reason, why is the come was thus, and then the why Adam name was come out, and then later on become and so on. That was about the just as a generally understanding, generally information. But then if you remember, I promised that inshallah next week, that inshallah I bring all these talk which I talk today on that day, and today would be with the documentary or with the verse of the religions books, mostly from the Quran. Inshallah, I will continue today. First of all, when I talk about the creations, the first creation, what is the creations? So the creation by itself is something that everything is involved. Everything is involved. But when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created all these visible and invisible, all those creatures, all those inwardly and also in the hereafter, which he mentioned about paradise, those are creations. All of them is by whom? By Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by Almighty God. So this creation, these things, all of them has reason and has for some subject, for some way that is this name is come out. But right now we are only about the believing about the creations, about how God created everything. Only today about the creation, and then if I have a chance, inshallah, about the creation of Adam or a human being, inshallah, we will continue. However, first of all, the creation by itself is has to have, before to do something, has to have draw or design, design something, and this is just as a mighty, the mighty of Allah, Almighty God, that had been through all the future creation. I'm talking about Azal, the first. Give you one example. If the one engineer wants to create something that to be beneficiary for the human being, for the other, what the engineer today do? The engineer first of all draw, make a map, make a design, make something in his mind. In his mind. But I have to, for example, I make a car. I want to create car. So when I want to create car, I have to make it, draft it, and design it, and map it, and put them on the many pages. What should be? What should I do? What is supposed to be? What is that? All other things that after the practical creation of car come out, this engineer has to be drafted, to be designed, to draw all of them on the surface of the paper. This, then after all, then he is starting to provide or to create the new things as a car. For example, this is just example. All, if we go by foreign ways, and we put in one of the seed in the soil, that is we know that that seed will grow first in the 2 leaves, and then after become big, and then become many as a kind of bush, and then bring the fruit, and then fruit, what's how we should do fruit, and then we have to take them to the market, and then if it is some fruit become bad, what is going to be, how to be protected, how to secure, how to adopt it, how to farm it, how to irrigate it, to water it, this, that, all around. Only for that to create one apple or one orange or one any other fruit or any other things. Same thing like about the car. But look, that the person wants to provide or create something new, he has some mythic, some idea before to create something. So now, in this case, the Almighty God, when he made the creations, he already, everything that he drew, that he designed, that he already put it in the sketch, that it be like this. After all complete designs as a complete book, or constituted everything in mighty ideas, and then he is starting to put them on practice. This is all about this today. My program is about the only creations, and then about the creation of human being. So keep in your mind that is the any kind of creation which Almighty made it or already created, at the same time has a reason, and also this is his choice. That's his choice. He wanted to do that things, and there is nobody can change it. Nobody there was no any other things, any other power beside him to tell him to this, do or do not. He is the power of all and whole life and after life. He is the one. And then, but at the same time, we go back again to design, and something we create, we have to provide tool for it. The tool. For example, again, we go to the car. The car, which we want to create the car, or provide the car, discover something, or those things, and that engineer has to provide the tools for that, and they also environment, and also the place. They cannot do without tools something. By itself, the car need all other metal or rubbers or this or that, lots of things that you see in that things. At the same thing, also the all kind of other fruit or any other things. Inside is a lot of other things that if you go by into detail, you cannot be finished in all your life. So this is only the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. By he is the one, when he his creation is like this, that he already in the azal, he everything he drew, he designed, and we call it the destiny. And the destiny of everything has already by schedule of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And now, right now, I gave you one break over here. Inshallah, I will come back to talk more about the God creations.